correct? We're being live streamed already. Thank you. Carly, is that a D-Log log home?
It's actually, I call it my cabin, but it's a she shed with what kind of white pine or something?
Yeah, got it. It's beautiful. I've got it looks like my home because it's a D-Log, so same kind of, beveled edges and all that. Anyway, awesome. I feel home in your she shed. It's hard to say without messing up a little bit. She shed by the shore. Anyway, so just thought I'd share that. And welcome everybody. We start. Here we go. We're rocking and rolling as I scratch my eyeball. I'm recording. Yes, I just heard that. Hi everyone today. And by the way, I thought we had a fire going on. I shared this the other day. I looked out my window and I saw smoke rolling by, like a lot of smoke. Like what? It wasn't. It was pollen. So I'm letting you know that I'm being pollinated, and with the name of B-O-B, I guess my B self is in there doing anyway. I thought I'd share that. Remember everyone to be on visual. If you're unable to be on visual, please go to our links that are in the chat, one or the other, Facebook or YouTube, and join us that way for visual. If you see Bob up there twice, besides this guy moving around called Bob, that's our team. There's 3 of us. Holy mackerel, there's 4. Wow. So those are the ones that our team love to stay quiet and whatever. So just know that they're doing stuff in the background. So that's that. How many have been on before? To Alive, great. And we had 40-something signed up, and it's funny how, hello, where is anyone and everyone? And we're going to still play the game. It's going to be fun. Couple of announcements. Our new book, My Word Made Flesh, version 2, brand neutral, which is now ringing for me as brand new troll, coming out, which I caught the other day. It's a brand new troll book. Anyway, that's out now, and we got some specials going on that, which we'll tell you about a little bit later. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for being visual. Looks like everybody is cranking. So please share. I call it shift sharing. What have you applied so far? If you have, what have you applied so far that's working for you? Where it's going to be a quick, succinct share. And then I've got a fun game to play with our team that are on. So who's willing to share what's working for you? What have you applied and what results? Mic yourself first so we can find you that way. Charles, go ahead.
The freedom process, phenomenal. When I get stuck, I can go through stuff. I can go through here and get me taken care of.
Awesome. And I agree.
Thank you, Cynthia.
I mean, just if I could take 5 hours only and just tell you how this is in the All For You material. If I could just, if you could be through me, I'll just make this succinct. We'll see. Used to do conscious language and language of mastery, and then mastery was called, and then we'd have people stand up and they say their name, where are they from, their shoe size, and why are they here. And then their job was to give I am here because I choose, and it would take sometimes 5 freaking hours for the person to finally let their heart speak. So I finally came up with this thing of, there's something inside everyone that taking a long time that they're terrified of. So I finally said, all right, there's a withhold going on. So we came up with, my withhold is I feel. First, we came up with, is there anything keeping you from being fully and completely present, yes or no? And when there was a yes, my withhold is I feel, and they finally, anger or fear, let's say fear, fear of what? Fear of, and we run the fear all the way out until it's no big charge anymore. And then my choice is to transmute my fear, if it's up, excuse me, into my courage, faith, and trust. And then the person go up and they go, I'm here because I choose. And they say their aligned statements. They were already fully present. How many get that? That's what the freedom process can do. The person that you have the charge with doesn't even have to be alive. It's not a dumping ground anyway. So all of you, just as a little better learn this. This is all for you. You can get it now. You can get it in recording video. Do it, and then share it with as many people as you can. Thank you, Charles. So anyone else? I'm going to have a 4-hour session today in an hour, so listen more rapidly. That'd be a good idea. Anyone else? What's working for you? This is shift sharing. What's working for you and share and shifting your reality. Come on now. Anyone? So it's funny. Anyone on plate, make sure on visual. Wendy? Yes, ma'am. Well, I love that so you drive safely, honey. You don't have to look at us. You just drive safely. We'll look at you.
I just went to do an adjustment, and I'm just driving down here to sit somewhere pretty at the Metro Park. So I'm setting you up this way because I want to be in the show so bad that I'm here, I'm present, and I want to say something shifted. You know, my situation the last time I was having, you know, this awareness that you brought to me. I mean, you knew even before I said it about my relationship and how I love you for who you are and I love me for who I am has been so incredible for me. And, you know, there's people out there that I say that to, and they can't say that to themselves. My own husband can't even say it to himself. He cries when I tell him to, you know, say that back, you know, that I love me for who I am. And it just really showed how much compassion I have in my heart. My heart just bursted open. And then after that, I had found out that somebody I love very much passed away. I'm going to her funeral today. And I was feeling so good in my body. But that did something to me where I wanted to revert back to my old ways. And I used a lot of the stuff that I had learned. And on Tuesday, I wasn't there. But I listened in to Jackie talking about her family. And I did those. And I did a forgiveness prayer with my counselor the day before. And there was just, I could hold so much more weight and density that I was getting from people unloading on me and telling me they wanted this and that. And I didn't interrupt, and I just listened, and I let people just come through it on their own. And just this awareness that I have, it's like I feel like everything that I've ever learned, and you asked me if I ever read the Word made flesh. No, I did not. But over the last 2 years, I was in a community that had this really great way of talking. And this was like, oh my gosh, I just got the book, Conscious Language. Holy cow. You can make a whole conversation about conscious language. Just say it. And people want to talk about it. And they want to know what you're learning. And we start to synergize together. And it's like somebody has been feeding me a meal with only the notes of a little bit. And somebody just gave me the mother load. This book, I can't even. I haven't even started. All I started with was, what do I want to imagine the best thing in my life? And I have been imagining ever since then, because I don't want to go any further. I want to set the tone on the life I want to live now. And I know how to do it because of this book. And everybody in this community, holy cow. I'm watching everybody just get younger right before my eyes. Because I've been watching about, I think I've watched every single one of these. That's what's happened. And my life has never been like this. I don't know ever. I'm free.
Wow.
I love you.
Oh, you're awesome. You're awesome, dude.
Yeah.
And she's doing this while she's driving. Is that the best yet? How many, for a while I was letting her drive in my head, but then she went all the way around and was going, I'm not going to do that. No, that's not going to work. And one thing, Wendy, move just an automatic.
Driving. I feel like I'm automatic pilot right now.
Well, I affirm you go, God is driving my car if that works for you. Awesome, dear.
God is driving my car.
Yeah. And all cars around me. I always add that one. Awesome, Wendy.
And when
Thank you,
I'm
dear.
in the bathroom, I release the poop.
Got it. Thank you, dear. Awesome, awesome. Anyone else? That was a
Thank you.
succinct share. That was a succinct sharing. Could we have another, maybe even more succinct? No, I mean, it's all perfect. It's all we're doing. Anyone else? Shift sharing. What's working for you? Anyone? Because we're going to do something today. Come on now. You know, when you start going, that's you. That's your time to share. Especially when you don't want to. Raise your hand. Let your heart speak. And everyone, just know to play the game, it's important that you share. Even if your mouth is full, Claudia, you could share. Yes or no? I mean, all right. So anyone else? I love that Jackie's now internationally known for her. Yeah, we're stepping through the veil. How many get? We're all stepping through the veil. Into what? That's the point. Anyone else? What's working for you? Anyone? All right. So I'm going to jump ahead then what we're going to do. So sacred body language translation is my primary focus for doing Alive, because it's, I mean, language, conscious language. Wendy was talking about how much it makes a difference. And she was using like 5 or 6 conscious words with 75 unconscious. I want and I can't. Oh my gosh, and incredible, and blew my heart explode, whatever. Not wrong. Once we get fired up, then we refine in languaging. I choose, you speak only what you choose to have come into manifestation. So now, how many love the idea that there potentially, I mean, you have to prove this out, there's something inside of each one of us that's divine intelligence. I'm going to call it my God self. You call it whatever you call it, but for me, it is my God self. And I decree it that way. So I'm, God is the only presence of power acting here. That's what I do to make sure not letting anything else in my world. And then what I love is this has been going on for me for decades. So now it's automatic. So if I'm thinking about doing something or imagining something new or interacting with someone, and I can begin to find out what's up with me by my body language, and I can translate. I do it automatically. I can translate it. I also, even before we started this, it was funny. I go, all right, what we're going to do today is I'm going to make this phrase, and each one of you write down number 1, 2, 3, 4, usually 3 or 4, bot, left shoulder, right elbow. You're going to write them in order, and then those that go, raise your hand, and I'll about the topic I'll bring up. You tell me the order of 3 or 4 things. And I'm going to ask you a series of questions, which if you knew what your body was saying and could translate, you could be able to walk yourself into your new reality by making new agreements. And this is so profound. It works every single time. I say that. I ask my teams that travel with me, have you ever seen this not work? No. Why? Because we're not... So whatever's in us that's communicating is straight up, no filter, no opinion, straight fact. If I go, I'm completely committed to and my head's going, no, that's not wrong. My spirit is saying, there's a yes, my words coming out, I'm committed, and there's a no. How many like to know your yay and your nay are playing at the same time instead of your yay and your yay? I do. All right, I share this. I'll share it now. After my beloved Helena passed, I brought a whole bunch of my team members together and paid them a lot of money for many months to design and build my infrastructure of my new vision, or my vision I've been living. And I finally shared my vision with about 10 people sitting around a round table. And when I got done, it was a really built out thing, really important. And the whole group was just sitting there looking at me like it wasn't good. They weren't all happy and inspired. They were like, and finally, this person across from me, Shemaiah, goes, Bob, the entire time you shared your beautiful vision, you were going like this. And I went, thank you. I was a no to something or everything in my vision. I had to give a yes to me, not go outside and get a yes. Hello? Now I could have taken that as, oh, I'm bad. I'm not. Thank you for knowing that I was going no. How many like to be yay for yay? Anyone? How many are going, no, just kidding. Then maybe yes, I'm not quite sure. It depends on what it is. All right. So, all right. So are you all ready to play a game? Yes or no? How many are ready? How many are really ready to have a complete transformation? Now, I wonder what a complete transformation is. In the metaphor, that would mean like a human being turns into a planet, maybe, but you're still cellular, so that wouldn't work. How many like waking up your victory and agreeing? How's that? Anyone? How many are going, waking up my victory and agreeing? How many like the idea that your heart will tell you this is what's exciting? All right. So the first topic, and here's what you're going to do. As soon as I say it, your body it depends on, I recommend you give yourself permission to have your body and your consciousness get along. How many like the idea that I'm listening? And you don't have to know anything. Don't even translate. Just first jot it down. Or if you're riding in a car, driving or whatever, remember what they are. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'll come back and ask you questions. And then we'll build a context or a series of upgrades that you will apply and watch the metamorphosis happen. So again, to do this, vote victory, who's ever I work with. Yes, how many make an agreement to vote victory? Again, I own my own permanent victory in the light. I am your permanent victory, who's ever speaking. Be fully and completely present and play 125. And I like on is going to Kenna, right through the steering wheel. That was very good. I will. That's I can, I will. All right. So now many of you are already telling Eileen the story. Hello. And this is, she even knows what this is about. Your subconscious and my subconscious know what it's about. Heather just goes, I'm seen in a brand new way on my creative potential. And I've got it written down. It's right in front of me. Everybody got that? I've got it written down. And your subconscious, Carolyn's going, I'm not, okay. How many know you're already, all right, so I'll tell you. Next, you're going to write down 3 or 4 signals in order. My abundant supply. My abundant supply. And you go, you just listen to what your body says, write it down. And when you're complete, raise your hand just so I know you're done. And I'm not going to say that you're going to be that person, just so I know. Or if you're riding in a car, whatever, my abundant supply. Okay, we got one done. Keep your hands up so I can see how many are done. One. Anyone else? My abundant supply. 2. And a half. Thank you. My abundant supply. Thank you. There's another one. My abundant supply. Awesome. How many are already relaxing? Anyone? How many know all right. So for the rest of you, I am your victory in the light, and it'll keep coming. Just keep writing them down. Who is our first demonstration? Mic yourself first and then wave. Mic yourself first, then I can find you on this list. Charles.
I'm going to go for it.
Good.
My abundant supply is limited. That's
No.
Oh.
You have to listen to your body language.
That's what my body language says.
No, you don't show us, you tell me. What was the first thing your body did?
Started to get a little tired.
Okay, your body, where?
In the middle.
Okay, got it. That one was the next signal.
Yeah.
What was the next signal?
A little throbbing, a slight.
No, all right. I'm going to wait until you have all this figured out. Your job is to be able to name where it is. Now, it started, I'm going to tell you the code. This is Life Upgrade Coaching. It started to get tired. So we already know what his freaking glitch is on the planet. His feeling world is an it. How many get, oh, wait, Wendy, not yet. So do y'all get, it started to get tired. Now, Charles, say, I feel.
I feel.
It feels.
It feels.
I feel.
I feel.
So can you imagine being a radiant, glorious, abundantly supplied being of light And that's our fire in us when our mind is separate going, it over there fails.
Yeah.
I'm going to get that. So I'm going to like the I feel. So we'll come back to Charles. Who's next? Okay, Carlin, go ahead. Mic yourself. Thank you. There you
Okay.
go.
At first, my left shoulder was really painful, and then it subsided. And then, do you want the next one?
Yeah. I don't
Okay.
want, please give me the next one.
Oh.
Thank you.
Yes. My left upper lip itched, and then back behind my right ear, I was scratching.
Back behind your right ear, like the mastoid bone. Okay, got it.
Yeah, kind of up.
Oh, up that high? Oh, like back that
Yeah.
way? Oh,
Like-
very good. I'm going to say that's more medulla, occipital region, but I'm going to call it medulla. And then what else?
And then just now it was just the side of my head, right side, like here.
Oh, okay, I got a temple.
I have itchies. I don't know why.
Well, your
I choose to-
biocomputer is going, hello, and that's your spirit inside going, tick, 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 tick. Anyway, so
Is-
left shoulder. So have you been carrying a burden from the female side of life about your supply?
Yes, for
And-
years.
Yeah, for who and who's
40 years.
and for whose burden have you carried?
My mom's.
All right. And that left shoulder, that makes sense. Now, is the shoulder top, front, or back?
It's the top, like.
Got it. So top is like front is self, back is others. The top is both self and others. So how about I restore my mother's and your mom's lineage's blessings? Say, I restore my blessings. Yep. Voter victory, kids. This is what it's all about. And she's got a slow signal, but it's working. So voter victory.
I restore my mom's lineage or my lineage blessings.
Yes. Now, this is what step one is. This is why they're so important to give these things. And I'm going to get this is not intellectual or cold. This is always sentient. We're sentient beings. We're feeling beings. So now, and Carlin, I can see it, even though her screen is a little, it's working. I can see enough of it. So Carlin, do you get step one? Do you require carrying your mom's burden anymore?
No,
So how about I forgive the burden I've carried?
I forgive the burden I've carried.
Now, throat, if that, I'm hearing, is your throat kind of gravelly there? Yes or no?
Yeah.
And again, I recommend if you have any other electronics in that building on, turn them off so we can get a clearer signal. But okay, well,
I have to put it by the window.
all right, cool. Yeah, just because it'll be easier to translate when it's not so jerky. So again, I restore my blessings.
I restore my blessings.
Good, that's helping. And I forgive myself for carrying my mom's burden.
And I forgive myself for carrying my mom's burden.
And I restore my lineage's blessings.
And I restore my lineage's blessings.
Good job. And now left upper lip, can you point to where that is? Just so I can see. Okay, got it. Now I communicate what I require. Say it.
Now I communicate what I require.
And upper jaw, upper lip is conscious. Lower jaw, lower lip is feeling or unconscious. So now is it time for you to request what you choose? Oh, wow, that's big.
Yes.
Yes. And then the whole cheek, I'll give you that. Even though it's tears, maybe, I let my world see who I really am. Say it. Breathe, honey. Move air. Just say it's okay. Just say, I touch and I stay.
I touch and I stay.
Say it again.
I touch and I stay.
Say it again.
I touch and I stay.
Yo, sadness.
Yo, sadness.
I love you.
I love you.
I love you into my joy.
I love you into my joy.
Of my lineage's blessings restored through me.
Of my lineage's blessings restored to me.
Good job. And then what is it you haven't communicated that you require?
Choose to know.
And and then do it this way. What is it you haven't spoken that you need to speak?
Probably a lot.
I like that. Probably a lot. I mean, like the probably, babble, not wrong. So again, so that would just say, then I express myself. Just say I express. And let me build more. Left side is receiving, it's inflow. So it may be that you simply get to claim what you choose. Because this side is the inflow side, conscious. So we'll leave it at that. And then if you can point to it, right. Yep. So again, that I give myself permission to thrive.
I give myself permission to thrive.
So the occipital bone, which goes all the way around here, is medulla, brainstem is fight or flight, sympathetic nervous system, lungs, inspiration. Whenever we touch that area in our being, in our body, we're relieving fight or flight. So it tends to be, I give myself permission to thrive. Say it.
I give myself permission to thrive.
And did your mom have permission to thrive?
No, she
No, so
still
now
doesn't.
You'll cancel. You're resurrecting
Cancel.
her. That's
Cancel.
and that may be what this is about. Is I bless my mother with her thriving. Breathe, honey. It happens in the furnace of our spirit, everybody. This happens in the furnace of us. So we don't have to worry about if they're getting it, they get it through us. So what's happening for you right now, Carlin?
I'm rubbing my top left quad.
Well, and tell me, I don't want you to give it in the linear adult version. What are you rubbing?
Strength.
What is it?
Strength.
No. What
No.
part of your body? You don't
Oh, left quad.
don't
Top
say
left.
quad. Quad, a 3-year-old doesn't have a freaking clue what a quad is. And here's why. If we go back and forth between the adult mind and the feeling world, adult mind and a 3-year-old will fail. So what are you rubbing?
My leg.
What part of your leg?
My,
Front or back?
front.
Oh, good. And thigh or knee or shin?
Thigh, but my finger is touching my knee also.
Oh, good. So I forgive my mom.
I forgive my mom.
Because the top of the leg would be others. And I move forward.
And I move forward.
Now hear your throat. Can you feel your throat turning gravelly? Yes. That's clearing
Yes.
the way for new choice. And now say, the statement is my abundant supply. Do you get those words trigger something? It immediately brought pain, shoulder. There's pain here, not wrong. It didn't inflict pain. I've been carrying pain of burden. So now we're going through the step by step, and how many notice this is deep and she's feeling? Anyone? Yes. And yet we're doing it with a group. So, there's a lot going on. It's not just Carlin. How many of you are going, ting, tang, walla, bang, bang. How many have things going on for you? I do. I have left shoulder stuff. Hello. Anyone? So it's like we love what we feel. That's how we play 125. We vote victory in us. Now the mucus coming out nose type stuff is the I cans. Trapped mucus in the body, trapped plasma protein. It's a polysaccharide mucoprotein buildup. That's I can't. As now that you're at mucus is coming out, I can. Tears that are coming out is the old feelings flowing. Left side is starting to let go. Right side let go. Cool. All right. So that's it. So now I give myself permission. I remember. Try this. I remember thriving. Oh no! We'll just go to it. Left thumb up here. So what does that mean? That means, I have an idea I can see in a new way. This is visual cortex all across here. So notice I have a big one. My hairline starts way back here. Thought I'd share that. All right, whatever. So anyway, so now again, that little touch yourself again. Was it thumb that you did it with? Is someone laughing in the background in a good way? Yes or no?
My husband, when you said about your forehead starts way in the back, his does too.
Yeah, it's this very special forehead that I've got. Where? All right. So now, what thumb did you scratch the side of your upper head with? That's I reclaim my will in seeing my new supplied life. I reclaim my will.
I reclaim my will.
To receive.
To receive my new supplied life.
Yes, and now thumb is will. So direction or sex, desires, and money, help, H-E-L-P, and beauty, God-given strengths, direction, will. Will to receive is left, will to give is right, etc. So now do you get, oh, your body is unfold. I just by my abundant life, cling, 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 cling. And if we can stay with that and resolve it and repeat it, let the weak man say, I am strong. You're coming into, I am enjoying my abundant supplied life. Good. So the next one is temple. That's where that was. It was right temple, I believe, or left, whichever. I didn't write down right or left. You had somewhere in here. Which side was it? Do you remember? Anybody?
I didn't
remember?
write it down either.
Well, and so temple, right side would be I make a new choice and what I give forth. Left side, I make a new. So temple's a right choice. It's so important that, I mean, if you could be with me as I discovered all these over 52 years, 53 years now, I mean, every one of these, then I have to prove it out. So now say I make my divine choice.
I make my divine choice.
So now I am my lineage blessing restored.
I am my lineage blessing restored.
I am my mom enjoying thriving.
I am my mom enjoying thriving.
I am my mother loving being supplied.
I am my mother loving being supplied.
Now, do you get the feeling that Carlin's going through is the metamorphosis? How many have felt this tears come up and have struggled with it? And you feel a little struggle right now. Yes, Carlin?
Yeah.
Just say, I love what I feel.
I love what I feel.
And here's what you said, honey. I love what I feel. I mean, it's a little like, not yet. How about I choose to love what I feel?
I choose to love what I feel.
Yeah. So yo sadness.
Yo sadness.
And yo anguish. Breathe, honey. Move air. It'll help you. Move air. Yo anguish.
And yo anguish.
Now notice her connection went completely south on that because the universe is going, aren't you sure about that? Because anguish is the guish of anger. And have you been guishing anger?
Yeah.
Got it. So now, yo anger.
Yo anger.
I forgive you.
I forgive you.
And I reclaim my own authorship.
And I reclaim my own authorship.
And I empower my mother to claim her own authorship.
And I empower my mother to claim her own powership.
And so what I'm going to share with each of you, and Carlin, this is for you, but this is for all of us. Whenever it's really hard to shift our belief about ourselves or our agreement that we've taken on with someone else, is again, just wait it through. Just wait. You're wading through, like in the mind. I'm going to call it air. If I throw a ball through there, I can throw it really far. If I'm underwater and I'd like to move my ball as far, I have to stay with it. So everyone, even if it's hard and difficult and challenging, I touch and I stay. I give myself permission to. Those are the ones that are going to help. I love, I touch, I breathe, I stay, I feel. And instead of making it wrong, yo anguish, I love you just the way you are. You might have to say that 500 times, do it. Or I touch you with love. Not I agree with you, anguish or fear or grief or sad. I touch you with love. I touch you with love. And love is our source code. We're built by love. Our spirit is love. So Carlin, do you get, and even though you're clearing no's and all that, this is I can and I will, and I express my truth. So now say, I see my mom made new. And her screen is locked up for a moment. So just know, Carlin, there you go. Say, if you can, I see my mom made new.
I see my mom made new.
And now do you get what you're doing as you see your mom made new is you're waking up something in you? Yes or no?
Yes.
And what are you waking up in you?
My abundance.
Yes. Just say it. That was the first, it was a question. My abundance. Now we're going to bring it in. My abundance. You bring it on in. My own abundance.
My own abundance.
How many can feel the signal going? Well, I'm not quite sure about that. Thought form slowing down the internet a little bit. So how many know I have great internet connection? Might be a good affirmation to give at this point. Yes or no?
I
many know-
have great internet connection.
Good job, honey. And it's working. I like it. So keep voting victory, kids, because how many of you feel one of us is going right now? And how many feel each? Do y'all see? I'll sidebar for a minute. I can do this, meaning the system is this clean, not little self, great self, can help everyone move from point A to point B through body language and language. We are already victorious. We're the last to know. Scripture, not religion. Scripture says, before you have asked, I have answered. That's quantum physics. That's quantum mechanics. Same thing. I'm not saying they're separate things. They're just different ways of approaching it. So what Carlin is in the middle of is going through the metamorphosis of changing from the caterpillar self into the butterfly self. And frequently what happens is the caterpillar, whether it's a chrysalis or cocoon or whatever it is, has to it creates a cocoon or chrysalis. It goes in and it dissolves into a liquid, basically. And then it reforms itself, not back into a caterpillar. It reforms itself into something that flies. That's perfect for what we're doing. And so every signal that you had coming up, Carlin, yes? Every signal you had coming up, you're still on, dear. You ain't done yet.
Yes.
Every signal was, do you get how important every little dig and scratch was real? And and like the blessings are coming, boom, 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 or they're already in us, but they're coming up, whether they're delivered or coming up. I believe both may be true. And if the blessing comes back and we don't know, we don't agree, we don't claim the blessing, then it's just more burden. So that was the burden. You've been carrying a burden, which was a blessing waiting for this moment in time. So do you get, Carlin, from this moment forward, one of your missions in life is to restore blessings everywhere you go? Yes or no?
Yes.
Vote your victory. And all right, what'd you get out of it? And there's more, but you're doing fantastic. What'd you get today, Carlin?
That it's time to let go of the burden and help others thrive.
And realize that you helping others thrive is your thriving life.
Yes. Yes.
Awesome. Thank you, dear. Beautiful.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Let's do quick comments. What'd you learn? Everybody just mic yourself. You don't have to go yet. Just mic yourself. What'd you get out of it that you can use for you? And I'm asking everybody, if you're on, share. Oh, Wendy's going for it. She's going for it. She's reaching for it. Yes, ma'am.
That was amazing. My mom and my dad right now are getting into their older years, and all the things that they, say, I feel so much compassion for, and just letting them be and doing this is just so helpful. I've had to learn that this is it's all in me, and
Yep.
This stuff is just amazing. When you were saying that about the abundance, I just wanted to say that my whole left side was I was touched this, and
Yeah, right now while you're driving, I feel nervous doing this with you, so I'm not going to do it. And your connection. Go ahead. What are the tools you learned? That's all we're doing right now. What are the tools you learned?
There's so much abundance in me.
There is, or I have.
I have the abundance in me.
The
I'm not
abundance?
look-
The abundance?
Yes.
No, my abundance.
My abundance, because
No, because.
okay,
Just say, I am my abundance.
I am my abundance.
Now,
There
why I'm
was-
stopping you, wait, that's why I'm not going to let you roll, because there's so much more to get. There is so much abundance in me is a complete failure. Not wrong. There is no there. I'm going to get no
Right.
here,
Right, it's here.
no but.
It's not,
Hold on.
not out there.
Good. Now say, I am my abundance.
I am my abundance.
Now, do you understand? I'm giving you a tool. There is so much abundance in me means I'm separate. That means there has to be two of you. How many like the idea? I am already what I desire to be.
I'm
the-
already,
And the universe begins to, whatever's true in us gets out pictured. As we think in our heart, so are we. So what I'm sharing right now, and again, all the people that are watching this in the other platforms or ever will, right now, if everybody can go, look, my body is giving me perfect signals of blessings waiting for agreement. I'm going to say it again. My body, my life, my repeating patterns are giving me exacting upgrades to agree to, blessings that are bestowed. So when Wendy, and this is where conscious language, everybody master conscious language. There is, and you started with a bunch of I wants, and all you're sharing. I want this and I want. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. The law is my shepherd, I shall not want. The I am that I am is my shepherd, I shall not want. So I'm slowing everybody down to move from automatic. There is I have. There is I have. It feels I feel, where Charles started. So do y'all get, wow, the language of our heart? Scripture, Zephaniah 3:9. It's about the only one I remember where it is, because somebody memorized the whole Bible, and as far as I could tell, didn't have any spiritual understanding of it at all. So I didn't do that. I was like, not going to do that. But Zephaniah 3:9 says, I will return to you pure speech. And one translation adds where, when. That was the two words that none of the other translations had, where, when. And then I finally went, oh, where, here, when, now, right here and right now. I will return to you pure speech right here, right now. You call upon the name of I am, and it's done. So now there is no there, here. How many like, you're not getting closer to your God? That's impossible. You're not getting closer to supply. That's impossible. It comes in you. It is you. And love is what makes us magnetic. So again, what Wendy was sharing, I want to paraphrase, is I am like, I bring my parents into me because they are in you, the double helix, mom and dad. And you simply love your opulent life and forgive your parents, and you will see miracles happen.
I love my opulent life.
Very
I love
good.
my opulent life.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Anyone else? What tools did you get so far? That's what because I can demonstrate this all day long, but what I'm really about is having everyone wake up first, or something to remember here, and then apply it. So anyone else, what tool can you apply that's shifting your reality? No one else, huh? Come on now. Any tool shifters out there? Go ahead, Philip.
So what I realized is that in me, I impact my mum, my dad, my communities. In me, through me, full supply unto others. And from me, I can give. And I love that. I'm like, yes.
Good.
So
Awesome.
I've really remembered now, I impact my mum and my dad through me, and my imagination activates change in them. But it starts with me. That's what I've remembered today. It's like,
Good.
yes.
Perfect. Thank you. And that's the types of tools I'm asking about. And how many could hear that? Like for me, let's say, I mean, miracles happen when we're doing this stuff. I like to go back on how do we get that miracle? That's been my story. Before NLP came out, and Bandler and Grinder, I learned it through Tony Robbins, but Bandler and Grinder, they said, if you're going to model somebody, what's their belief system, syntax, and physiology? Belief system, we got that. Syntax, the order of progression, and the physiology, actually what their position is. So Tony Robbins was able to take that worldwide And I realized that's exactly what I'm doing. I didn't have those words, but if I was with one of my mentors who was, or whoever it was doing a miracle, I go back over and over and over, and they weren't necessarily even able, seemingly, to teach how to do that higher law, because a miracle is a higher law. And I went back over and over. Well, how did they do that? How did you get from point A to no possibility for point B, and then point B shows up? And they might have said, well, it's miracle, it's spiritual. Yeah, but spiritual's got laws. How many are glad that our creator and the universe is by law? And there's lower laws and there's higher laws. How many choose to master it with love? I mean, that's the only way to master it, master higher laws. So one of the ways to do that is decree a thing and it shall be established unto you. And how many of you ever decreed, I can't, it's there, it feels, I want, I shouldn't. Well, we didn't grow up with abundance. We grew up with lack, and therefore, and because, and now how many have talked yourself into through downscale, through enthusiasm, pain, anger, fear, grief, apathy, unconsciousness, to a smaller FACO, enthusiasm, pain, anger, fear, grief, apathy, down to, there's 7 levels, let's say 6 down is where most humanity lives, cancel clear. But so I'm going to get, I can, I am, I will, I choose, I have, I love, I create, I enjoy. We walk back up. God in me can. How many like it? Well, so now if I say my abundant supply, the word my is built from and I, or I am. My thriving life. And so this exercise I'm giving you, you can do this all day long. Sit down in a quiet room, got it, and be committed to truth. Be prayerful. And then go, the next one I wrote down, my harmonious family. Now, how many might have, maybe some of you haven't, and how many might have some areas that are like, whatever, not quite harmonious? Anyone? How about our God government of the people, by the people, and for the people? How many may go? Anyone? Did anybody just see on the thing that George Soros has been funding Biden? What a gem, cancel clear, to be flushed down the turley. Do you get it? No, it starts to make sense now. I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I'm saying let's get to love. Let's not destroy anything. Anyway, so do you get that you can write down my happy relationship? You could write that down. And instead of looking outside of what out there do I, it's not, I can go and readjust me. My body signal will come back online. And this is where language is important. Conscious language is senior. And then one of the next steps is being able to translate the signals that are coming up and into the blessings that are knocking on our door. So ask and you shall receive, seek and you shall find, knock and the door shall be open. That's the fact, Jack. Ask, verbal request, seek, mental attitude, knock, physical action. Got it. So now do you get, if I say, please and thank you, God, give me something, whatever it is, it's given. It is given right then and right there, every single time. I'm telling myself this as well. And even scripture says, not religion, it says, before you have asked Bob, it says Bob in my book. All my Bibles go Bob every time. Bob, before you have asked Bob, I have answered. What? I mean, I didn't even ask and you answered yes. How can you do that? Because you're God. Okay, I got it. All right. I got it. Only when you pray, ask, call. You got to ask. Why? Because we're waking up our co-creative nature. How many going, yes, but I thought you'd just take care of me. No. By your words you shall be justified, and by your words you shall be condemned. Oh, and every one of our deviations from love, genetically and experientially, are stored in our temple. How many excited now? So when Carlin had something on her shoulder, left shoulder, that was the burden going, hello, it is time. Oh, you got some pain here. It is time to restore your blessings. And frequently, how many didn't know that? I didn't. How many didn't know that your body was? I wrote the freaking book on this and I didn't know my left shoulder. And I was sharing it, deep dive on My Word Made Flesh version 1. And I went, oh, I'm in using oils to get rid of pain instead of restoring my blessing. The minute I said, I restore my blessings on my mom's side, it was outside my box. It was outside of my box. I had no clue how to do that. But I asked, what is it like to restore my lineages on my mom's side blessing within 5 minutes of a year and a half of pain, 6 to 10, 6 to 10, 6 to 10, 24 hours a day. I went to comfort because I responded. How many love? Oh, so the blessing is already delivered. How many get? Oh, I'm already supplied. I'm already thriving. So for me, what's the best thing I can do for me is to wake up conscious language and our whole world. And when you give children, when they start with conscious language, they're going to kick butt and take names. That's all there is to it. They'll be with mom and dad and they'll hear want. Dad, you just said want. Oh, thanks, honey. How many get it? You think you're going to coach your kids? They're going to coach you. They are going to coach you. How many get it? How many have loved ones? So, and how many have family members who need coaching? Nope. Roseanne. No, you give them the blessing in you. Wait a minute. Everybody get this. You give them the blessing in you. You have them already be raised. How many love the idea? How many love if all your family members who saw what you needed and walked with you already having it? This is what divine family and relationship is all about. Go ahead,
Hi, Bob. I just to share a story about or an experience I had on that exactly. When I was having a discussion with my husband about a topic, and I went to the same tool I'd always use of trying to explain myself, I stopped and I said, wait a minute. What if I give him the gift in me? And I just stopped talking and we were walking together. So I just stopped and I began to love how I felt instead of looking for him to do something so I could believe I was loved. And I just, in me, I loved how I felt. I identified what emotion was up for me. And I just was fierce in my love for me. And then suddenly the conversation turned in an instant. And it was so miraculous for me to see it so tangible right there, what you had been teaching and still teach me, and to lay hold of it in such a powerful way. It's the most, I tell people all this is the most powerful form of prayer, imagination activation, loving me, doing this in me first. It has changed everything for me. Thank you, Bob.
Me too. I might go, well, you're welcome, but that's not the way this works for me. I'm sitting here, I'm crying because I know that shift. Me too. I not know it mentally. I've experienced the shift. It's like I'm addicted to the shift in a good way. I love when and Heather, stay on if you would. Do you get that from when I first met you? Because I can go back to those memories. When you remember where you were back then.
Yes.
And everybody, if you can get this, and Heather, we're going to talk about this with a few minutes remaining, that however big the conflict is the opposite of who we are. So when you got that tool and applied it, because you had to get it enough to be able to go right in the middle of this ain't working, and sorting outside is what I'm going to say, where I require something outside for me to be okay, codependent. And you went inside and gifted yourself whatever it was. Does it change prosperity?
Yes.
Does it change love? So talk to me about what this means in your whole world.
Well, my family, and my family experiences me differently. And because they're experiencing me confident in my love for me, then we're in a co-empowered relationship instead of them having to do something for mom to be better, feel better, all these things. And most recently, Bob, I've shared a little bit last time about visiting my son. I'm in this moment with my son and I'm seeing all this imagination activation I've been doing in me for my children, for me, for my world, play out in real time with my children. It's everything for me as a mom to see my children realize, for me to realize first and then them to realize. And I am confident and convinced 100% that our oneness, remembering there's only one of us here, we were coaching Wendy. I'm like, yeah, all these things are happening in me, not making it right, wrong about what's going on outside in my world, saying, oh, this is a signal. If I'm aware of it, then I can do something in me. There's something in me asking for my awareness to come in. And my memory, I'm remembering one of the first times of our interactions, Bob, and I could not cancel clear, but I was standing in the doorway of my miracle, and the veil was ripped in front of me, and I could see where I could step in, but I was, and now having stepped through again and again and again, and there's more for me to step into. I know, I feel such conviction, and I catch your, oh, we got to get this to the world. And I'm remembering in particular, we're at the retreat center and we're taking a picture. And you were like, hurry up. And I was like, Bob, stop it. I got to just take the picture. And you looked at me and you said, that's it. This is it. I like that. I see you now, or you see you. I choose to remember how you said it. And in this moment, I was like, oh, I can be me. I can really be me. I am me. I am.
I love it. And you took authority.
Yes.
You smacked that Bobette guy's personality. That's awesome. How many like being smacked around? Huh? Come on. I do. Especially if somebody will take authority and it helps me, please do.
Yes.
And everyone, nobody's going to fix this planet. If it's been said, I personally love Christ. I'll leave it at that. And the return of Christ. Christ returns in every one of us because Christ, the second self, whatever name you give that thing, is in us, our anointed self. And what I've shared is we're either annoying or we're anointed. How many can relate to that? I think it's a funny joke, but it's true. How many have ever noticed you have an annoying self in there and then you have an anointed self? Yes. So do you get, you stepped through the veil and you claimed your authority in the perception of somebody else. In other words, I personally do not like teacher-student relationships. They're useless to me. I like igniting Christ everywhere I go. So do you all get, I prefer not, I play the role of teacher, but I'd rather be partner, brother, to awakened people, anyone else. And so if we get our body language is telling us now that I'm awake, bing, 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 agree. I can listen to my words and speak only what I choose. So Heather, your authorship, yes, moves the needle. Yes or
yes.
no?
Yes.
Good. Thank you, dear. Thanks for sharing.
Yes.
I appreciate
You're
it. Big time.
welcome.
Appreciate you. All right. So we have 2 minutes left. I have requested, we have our new, there it is right there. We have our new My Word Made Flesh version 2, brand neutral. And it's open architecture for all essential oil companies, supplement companies. You can go to any Whole Foods or any health food store and get the system to work. That just opened up so big. Once I did it, it's like, oh man, it just makes all the difference in the world. And it's what I use. If somebody's home, they got something up, I'll say, what herbs do you have? I don't know. Do you have these spices? Yes. Okay, cool. Do you have this, that? And so like, I'll give an example. Our book now, we deepened it in the areas that were requiring deepening. So even though there's not the brand in the first one, it's out of there completely. And because we opened it up now to this whole, to everyone on the planet, that's really what it is. It's not going to pull anything away from anybody. It opens up to everyone, including the original company. So what I'm sharing with you is you can get the book now, and also if you get 10 or more, those that are building communities, it's $49 for 10 per book for 10 or more. We just opened that up last night. So, and I just asked Jade, and she said she'd put a link in there. And if you're listening, Jade, do that. Thank you, Jade. Cynthia, and by the way, come play. By the way, get trained in body language. There's all kinds of step 1, 2, 3, get trained. Conscious language, get the book, and also do all for you. Do all for you, do all for you, do all for you, do all for you. You can do it live, or you can get the training and do it for yourself and then do it live later, whatever. Biooptical holography. How many would like to know that you don't have to dig and scratch yourself into heaven? How many you could actually just see a photo of your eye and know what you're here for and be it? And the moment you make changes, your eye structure changes. What? The moment you make the change, your eye structure changes. What? The moment, how many get it? How many get it? You mean to say that I'm not cast with the burdens that I've carried forever and that I have to have them for? And no, if we can go downscale, we can go upscale. The sins of the parents are visited upon the children for 4 generations. Sounds bad. It's not. It means wherever you are, you start moving upscale, you will be raising everyone 4 generations older and 4 generations younger, which is usually everyone in embodiment. And our greatest weakness should be our greatest strength. How many get that? Ooh, our greatest weakness should be our greatest strength. Ooh, like Carlin, carry a burden for your mom. I restore blessings everywhere I go. And again, the emotion into motion, which we cover in my Word Made Flesh version 2, brand neutral, is all about understanding, ooh, I have grief. Well, I love my grief. It turns into joy. Oh, I have fear. I love my fear. It turns into faith, courage, confidence, security. Oh, I have anger, prick. I have anger, prick, you prick. I reclaim my authority. I forgive for no reason. I reclaim my authorship. And then all of a sudden pain shows up. Yo, pain, I love you. Opens our intuition and moves us into enthusiasm. How many love it? We can now understand what this is coming on. Now, how many have been in it? I'm going to get pissed off and go, I have more authority returning instead of pointing out, going, and it's been said, if you can get somebody pissed off, you can save their life. Well, one of my favorite comedians, Brother Dave Gardner, your preacher in love, he would say, is if you see a man down, kick him. And then he'll have a chance to rise above it. I listened to that when I was like 16. We did the recordings in 60, 61. We as kids would listen to it. It was hilarious stuff. Only do you get, wow, the universe might be adding a little bit more pain. So we're not just settling for it. So we're getting the pain. I love you, pain, into my enthusiasm. I love you, fear, into my faith. I love you, sadness and grief, into my joy. I love you, unconsciousness, into my consciousness. Unconsciousness, apathy. I can't, it's hard, into ease and caring. So I'm going to get, we're in a metamorphosis. The universe is in charge, and our innate intelligence is telling us what to do. And pure speech is not something, conscious language is not something really you learn. Pure speech is already functioning and installed in the app in your heart. Cynthia, any announcements?
As Bob said, the link for the book is in the chat already. Even before you mentioned it, it's been in there a couple of times. So masterysystemspublishing.com. After this is over, masterysystemspublishing.com is where you can get your book. Thanks for being here today, guys.
Yes. How many were digging and scratching with trying not to? How many went? How many did? Come on. How many? I still do all that. Anyone else? That's called shame. So you might as well just scratch proudly. Yes or no? I scratch and I'm proud. I itch and I'm proud. I wiggle and I'm proud. Got it? Because it's life returning. Do you get? Let's not worry what anybody else is thinking. Anyone? Come on now. I'm gonna, Carlin, I clear the way. I've been seen by others. That's what eyebrows are. I'm gonna get, there's a world. Study it. You guys, we have great, you individuals of light. We have great packages on sacred body language. There, we have this person, Cynthia, at masterysystems.com. That's Cynthia at masterysystems.com. That's Cynthia at masterysystems.com. You can go, what's my next step? And she's very good at going, there you go. We got packages. Anyone that's going to be at Aroma Sharing 2 days before Convention for Young Living, we have 2 booths there. And we have 4 cameras there, of which 2 probably be set up. And we will be taking iPhotos for any of you choosing to have a biohaptic holography session with myself and or one of my, including Cynthia, one of our team members who are doing sessions. So, and you got to get an iPhoto to make that work. So anyway, if you're going to be there, we're in near Salt Lake City is where we'll be, June 14th and 15th. That's Aroma Sharing. Come play. And also we have, anyway, come play. It's a short trip. It's only 3 days for me there, 3 days back. And Brian Johnson will be coming with me. He's going to be our tour extraordinaire and our staff support, those in O'Brien, who has calf muscles the size of my head. I thought I'd share that. He drives with his calf. No, just kidding. All right. I love you all. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Vote victory, see perfection. We did it.